Here right now, we are about 3 weeks from Election Day, and all polls indicate a tight race. And the new Harvard Caps Harris poll is no exception. It shows a neck and neck race. Harris is leading nationally, but Trump has a slight edge in the battleground states. Read the tea leaves here. What sticks out to you?
Well, obviously, this race is on a razor's edge in terms of how it's going to come out, and there are a lot of things going on at once. People like to think there's one simple thing going on, but each campaign is out there executing their strategy. Both of them, I think, somewhat successfully in what they're trying to do, and they're coming together at a head here with hundreds of millions of dollars still remaining to be spent and with it unclear who's going to win. I think if you've got an edge in the swing states, that probably gives you a slight edge, but that might be a very, very slight one.
You said that both campaigns are executing their strategies. Does this poll indicate, because Trump has a slight lead in the battleground states, that he's doing a better job and a more targeted job talking to those voters? And as we know, this election's coming down to those 7 swing states.
Well, I think both candidates seem to have hit a ceiling, right? And their ceiling is right around the 50% mark. I think Trump is doing a very good job in the swing states, picking individual issues in those swing states. So, for example, hitting no tax on tips in Nevada, hitting what could happen to the auto industry jobs with EV mandates in Michigan, hitting fracking in Pennsylvania. I think his strategy is very much to target each of those states with a particular issue of local interest. And I think that may be, ultimately what, if he does get across the finish line, what gets him there.
And when you're thinking about those undecided voters, and especially those undecided voters in Pennsylvania, in Georgia, in the other blue wall states, in the Sun Belt, those states that the election's coming down to, what are they thinking right now? And what is this race going to come down to? Are they deciding between Trump and Harris? Are they deciding between Harris and the couch or Trump and the couch? What does that look like?
Well, most undecided voters probably don't like either candidate because neither candidate has a 50% favorable personally. So they're more likely going to decide on some other basis, which is really what the campaigns are doing. I think I think Harris is now out there with the kind of hitting the strategy of Trump bad, Trump threat to democracy, some references to Hitler floating around from surrogates. I think that they're upping the demonization of Trump as what seems to be their end game turnout strategy here. At the same time, I think she's been very successful with women and abortion, and I think Trump has been very successful with immigration. But those swing voters don't like them, probably don't like either candidate. Probably then we'll look at, well, who's going to be better for the economy, who's going to be better for me, who do I think can be more successful at leading the country? We don't know exactly what they're going to focus on. Part of your job, and I've run many of these campaigns, is to use your media and your campaign to get them to focus on the thing that's most favorable to you. Trump needs them to focus on immigration and the economy. She needs them to focus on what she depicts as the evils of Trump and women's rights and abortion.